Hello and welcome back to the Wild. My name is Beast and today we're gonna be fucking Ayaka in the ass. Sorry, I mean, today we're back with Kinkoi, Golden Loverish, Golden Time. Gotta say the whole title, never fucking forget. Hi, I'm starting this very fucking early this time. To be precise, it is 7:30. So yeah, it's real early. So I don't accidentally end up going not much, especially since I have to try to rein myself in since I gotta get up at like fucking 7 next Thursday because I got them driver's license test again for once. And I need to like kind of get used to going to bed earlier so I don't want to die when I wake up for that. So yeah, that's gonna be fun anyways. Let's just go ahead. We know what's happening now after everyone else went home. Beep boop beep. Called Ayaka, but she didn't answer. Might have messaged her on Luin.
なんです?
She replied immediately. She didn't want me to hear her voice. Oh boy. Everybody said they loved your soup.
先ほどクルスクラウンさんはじめ感想は聞いています。
Could have come too, you know.
結構あなたの下品なジョークに付き合わされたら大変。
When it was through pure text, Ayaka was her old cool-headed self. I bet she would change again once we spoke face to face, though. By the way, I want to swing by my room later.
結構です。今日は疲れているのでもう寝ますね。
I want to thank you for the warm soup by warming you up. She stopped responding. Crap. She stopped responding now that I couldn't tell whether she'd simply left me on read or genuinely fell asleep. Or if she was... And genuinely fell asleep or if she was going to take me up on my invitation. Time to wait around until I got some reaction. Got some reaction. Time to wait around until I got some reaction from her. Damn it. Sat around and waited for a response. Suddenly the door opened. Okay, I'm good. I stay in an even more service-oriented mindset than yesterday.
Huh?
It's you? Yeah, talk about a close one. I stopped myself from ripping off my pants. Luckily, Mia was mid-yawn and hadn't noticed. You awake? Guess you conked out pretty early.
ああ、シルビーたちもう帰っちゃった?
Yep, they asked me to say hi to you.
なんかピザとおにぎり以外の匂いがする。
Ran into Ayaka afterwards and, Oh, right. Are you still hungry? I headed into the kitchen. That's just some of the soup I'd gotten from Ayaka. Sadly, the ingredients were all mushy and bland at this point, but I reheated some and handed it over. Here.
ああ、あったかいの嬉しい。
It was just a mug's worth, but it seemed to have done the trick. For you, from Ayaka, I heard you had plans tonight.
ああ、そういえば忘れてた。てかあいつも来るの遅えわ。いつもの時間に来てればみんなで。
Now she mentioned that she had come late on them before. Soup isn't a dish that took long to make either.
まあでもあいつのことだから5人もいるとビビって帰ってたか。
Rhea shrugged. Spooked. Rhea was right that she'd run away on us. She couldn't have gotten spooked, right? No, Ayaka.
は?
She looked stunned. Huh? What's this about?
なんだよ。お前あいつのこと何も分かってねえのな。
What do you mean? Well, I guess I don't know nearly as much as you do, but why would you be scared? Doesn't really match with her personality. She was always so brazen. I was sure she didn't want to sit down. I was sure she didn't want to sit down to a meal with people she didn't know, since she had a hard time opening up to others, but... She had a meal with Bria and me recently, though.
なんだ、エロエロな関係にはなってもあいつのこと全然分かってねえのな。ま、しゃあないわな。あいつ気はシルビーたちのことはビビっちゃうけど、お前相手にはビビったとこ見せなかったろうし。
Please finish that one now.
ま、しゃあないわな。あいつ気は強いから、 敵と思った相手には弱みは絶対見せたがらない。
She did kick up quite a fuss with me when I considered her her enemy, or she considered me her enemy. Generally speaking, though, she was ridiculously passive towards Sylvie and Reina. What's this?
ある種の内弁慶っつうかな。敵には強いんだよ。でもそれ以外には。
Rhea chuckled to herself. We thought back to the covert photo incident in town a while ago. She had been tough on that Maiba person. Towards anyone she considered a threat. Beyond that...
ごっそさん。鍋俺が返しに行くわ。じゃあな。
Sure, thanks. Couldn't go up to Ayaka's room since it was on the second floor, so I left it to her. As I waited for Ayaka to reply to my message, I continued to look back on my memories with her thus far.
金色ラブリッチェ、ゴールデンタイム。今日も城ヶ崎さんが黄昏てらっしゃるわ。素敵ですね、先輩。
Oh boy.
格好はつくけど、最近多いね。何を悩んでいるのやら。オーラのお尻の穴を舐め回したいわ。
What?
あんなに気持ちよくしてくれたのだから、お返ししたい。でも、昨日やろうとしたら照れちゃって、させてくれなかったのよね。
Hold on, so she did actually come the day before. Okay, that's interesting.
何かないかしら。極力自然に、オーラのアナルをなめなめできる方法。
Why?
思い浮かばないわ。かっこいい。
Don't.
彩香、昨日のスープ、すっごく美味しかったわ。そう。お気に召して何より。
作り方をお聞きしても？あのとろみ、片栗にしては香りがおとなしく、妙に気になりました。
クズよ、あれは。片栗粉よりまろやかでね。法に向くの。
So as you could tell, Ayaka was casual as could be in class. Our other classmates were oftentimes reserved towards Sylvie since she was a princess, but she had no problem talking to her. She didn't look spooked at all.
何かお礼がしたいわね。そうだ、彩香。今度うちにご飯を食べに来ない？行く！イタリアン、フレンチ、高級食、行く！
Someone with an intense craving for delicious foods, with a butchered vocabulary to match, popped up from the sidelines.
いいわね。もちろん、レイナの分も。私はいいわ。あの程度の料理でご馳走されるだなんて、逆に恐縮しちゃう。そう？クルスクラウンさん、よくお昼に購買のメロンパンを食べているわよね。あれ、今日は私の分もいただけるかしら。それでチャラってことで。いいわね。ここの購買のメロンパンは侮れないのよ。
用意しておきます。
She somehow wormed her way out of the conversation with ease. Impressive. I didn't realize you could do that until now. Still, it was like she was running away. Looking back on it now, Ayaka maintained a casual enough of an attitude as to not raise suspicion when she was relentlessly bullying me. This was the same thing. She kept everyone at arm's length, but no one ever picked up on it because of that nonchalant attitude of hers. She maintained that much distance from people. Then when lunch break came...
Ayaka! どうぞ。ありがとう。
She took Sylvie's show of gratitude with a smile.
それでマナコ、さっきの話だけど。
She calmly cut the conversation short. Incredible. It was scary how good she was at keeping everyone at a distance. Genuinely respected anyone who would do something like that when they were involved with a group as close-knit as this one. On the other hand, I also thought anyone who could naturally make and maintain that distance, and with such mature aura to boot, were nothing but short of amazing. And then there was the polar opposite. There was this type I couldn't respect. The type who were too clever for their own good. She really was a terrifying woman, wasn't she?
聞いていますか、オーロ君。
Sorry, I spaced out.
聞いてくれよ、大事なことなんだから。
It was lunchtime, so I turned my attention back to the guys I was eating with. Yep, it was
で
chat
さ
time.
俺本気で彼女作ろうと思うんだ。
That fried chicken looks
お一
delicious.
つどうぞ。うちの銀行が取引している薩摩地鶏の鶏舎からいただいたものです。
Yummy.
まあ僕はブロイラーでもいいからママが作ってくださる唐揚げの方がいいんですけどね。
Fortunately, I get sick of the food my mom makes pretty fast.
聞けー
What the heck? I'm busy with fried chicken right now. Oh, it is legit tasty. Satsumadori? Any relation to the Satsuma?
九州のごく一部、ごく限られた業者でしか育てることを許されない日本最高級のブランド鶏です。どちらかというと品数を絞って希少価値をつけることを念頭に置いた商品作りですが、数が少ない分品質管理には並々ならぬものがあるとか。なあ、聞いてる？俺ガチで彼女作りたいんだけど。
Why don't you just get one then?
いいじゃん。
いいじゃん。
お前ら俺のこと嫌い？
You don't hate, you? Fried chicken was just more important at the moment.
恋人を作る。よろしいことだと思いますよ。
西郷くんは親に言わなくても恋愛自由だもんね。
ああ。
Let me turn that around. Did the rest of you need your parents' permission to date?
一応会社をいくつか抱える身、ハニートラップの危険がありますので。
僕はそれほどじゃないけど、ママがまだ早いって言うから。
Honey traps and parents' orders, huh? Sounds rough.
ええ。そうなんです。だから今現在恋人がいないのはハニートラップを警戒してるせいなんですよ。
僕も自分から女性を断っているから彼女ができないのであって、自由の身ならですね。
Sure. So Saigu free because your father's a
パパはむしろ男をあげるためにいろいろな経験をしろと言ってくれている。
Sounds like a good dad.
でも最近気づいたんだけど俺、女の子より男の子の方がいいなって思ってるんだよね。
Couldn't say the same about his son
昨日
though.
も新しいニューハーフもの AV3 作買ってさ、ふと気づいたんだ。俺は何をやってるんだろうって。本当に何をやってるんですか？
まあ自分でブレーキできただけ良かったかな。
Sorry to break it to you, Saiga, but trans porn doesn't fall into the cross-dresser genre. In fact, it goes a little beyond that.
だから俺は彼女を作る。女の子に戻るんだ。
きっかけは
Gotcha.
どうあれ覚悟完了しているようですね。
つうわけで一末、誰か女の子紹介してくれよ。可愛くて誠実で処女で成績はいいけどちょっとアホの子で頑張り屋さんで俺のこと愛してくれる優しい子ならどんな子でもいい。
It's almost impressive if you could say anyone is fine after throwing out the conditions that cancels out 99.9999% of humanity. As if there are any girls that rare.
心当たりある？
So many of us scary. Okay, suppose I were to introduce you. How do you plan to win the moment?
俺、すごいお金持ってる。
I guess you have that trump card. Let's think this through a second. Elle wasn't the type to fall for money. Heck, her country was probably richer than Saiga. Akane might be a good fit, but I don't want to put her in put a pointless burden like Saiga on an angel like her. I had dignity as her upperclassman too, which left me with essentially one candidate. Hey, Reina. Remember that high-class French and Italian cuisine that you canceled this morning? Still interested?
食いたい何ほら、おごってくれるの
Not me, it sounds like Saga wants to.
およおよなぜだ、セゴドン。私に何する気だ愛の告白でもするつもりかい
そんなことは、いや、
あれ、何このマジな空気。
Everything was moving along so quickly that Saigo had gotten bashful. And when Rene saw us, she must have inferred after a quick glance in my direction. You nailed it, I gave her a nod.
じゃあ、やめといた方がいいかな。高級フレンチは惜しいけどな。実に惜しい。でも、そういう純粋な気持ちを利用して食べるご飯って美味しくないだろうし。ごめんよ、セゴドン。レーナさんは答えることはできません。でも、セゴドンのピュアピュアハートはありがたく受け取っておくよ。次の恋を応援してる。じゃあね。
She left.
振られましたね。
すごく誠実。
That's a shame.
残念も何もねえよ。まだ告るかも決めてないのに振られたじゃねえか。しかもなんだ、あの笑いもせず真面目に受け止めて、かつこっちを傷つけまいとする優しい振り方。あれで恋に落ちそうだわ。
わかります。見ていて僕も恋しそうでした。
大いなる慈愛を感じましたね。
This lunch break, everyone learned just how great of a woman Reina was. After all was said and done,
今後は男の子オンリーじゃなくておねしょたも集めていくわ。
arrived at one hell of a
おね
conclusion.
しょたなら可愛い男の子が出てきて安心だし、大いなる慈愛に満ちた女も出てくるかもだし、一挙両得だよな。
I thought you wanted a girlfriend.
怖くなっちゃった。好きになる前に振られたのでさえショック大きいんだもん。
Felt like I'd done something kind of awful to him. Well, I bet hardly anyone has one practically fall into their lap like mine did. You gotta be ready for rejection when you put yourself out there, so try to brace yourself for that.
はい。
はい。
Yeah.
オーロくん、彼女いるんですか？
Oh, crap myself. Guess I had mentioned it to Reina and those close to me off and on, but we hadn't made it officially known. More accurately, we couldn't. Let's talk about it. See ya.
待て！
I ran away. This was bad. I should shut up while I was ahead. I should have shut up while I was ahead. I hadn't focused on this until now, but we were reaching the point where we'd have to bring everyone else up to speed on the change in my and Ayaka's relationship.
六雲寺くんたちに
You think it's okay to tell them about our relationship?
まあ、六雲寺くんや山本くんであれば、冷やかすようなことは言わないでしょうし。
The last one was taken a bit far, wasn't it?
どうご紹介するおつもりで
My cute girlfriend strails me every night, but is often torn between me sticking it in her pussy or butt, but so she begs me to jam it into both.
するかそんなこと昨日一晩だけでしょ
Okay then, how about she's my cute girlfriend? This whole subject was still fuzzy for us. Ayaka said she loved me, but her family came first. And as far as the Chokuzakis were concerned, I ranked pretty damn low. I had zero authority to declare myself a boyfriend, but the Chokuzaki family does allow you to love whoever you want, right?
まあ、推奨はできませんが、おじいさまも父も平気な顔してやってることですし。
And there's no problem if I introduce myself as your boyfriend. It would complicate things if I brought up marriage, but dating ought to be fine. With that settled, the rest depends on how you feel. What do you think of calling me your boyfriend?
それは。
I knew we were as physically compatible as could be. That just left them out of emotionally.
愛人にくらいはいいと思っているわ。
Not happening, huh? Apparently I hadn't done enough for her to be truly honest with herself yet. She would isn't anything I told her in the middle of sex, but I got the sense that was different. I must still have been lacking. Got it, I'll tell them that verbatim.
ええ。あまり調子に乗らないように。え？その通りって、どんな風に？
Hi, I'm Ayaka's paramour.
彼氏！友人相手には彼氏と名乗ってよし！
I'd gotten permission, weren't counted. That ought to handle this subject. I want to ask you one more thing, and I'll be blunt.
なんです？ここまでの話がぶっちゃけた話にカテゴライズされてないのが恐怖なんですけど。
To be honest, do you have a communication disorder?
は？
Asked about what I noticed this afternoon. It was the sole matter of her being spooked that Ria mentioned last night, too.
ああ、そういうこと。ビビってるって。失礼ね。あの子は、まあ、あの子らしい表現ではあるけど。そうね。表向き、誰にでもいい顔しているのは確かです。
Obviously. She had been all smiles at first, even with me. Her true nasty nature came out around 7 seconds later, but that had to be because she had deemed me as someone she didn't need to be calculating towards. She put on a happy face for anyone she decided was worthy, but was indelibly ingrained in her. That was indelibly ingrained in her very nature. In other words, that meant she had a tendency to never show others how she really was. It was something everyone more or less did. There was even those who treated their behavior like a job. But the face she wore in public was nothing more than a mask. If there was any time she removed that mask, it was only when you're having sex with me.
急に何ですか？
Wouldn't you be better off dating someone you could be yourself with?
は？
How many friends do you have? I wasn't trying to be mean. I would go so far as to call it a gap in perception. I hadn't realized there was a definite gap. I hadn't realized there was a definite gap in perception between Ayaka and myself. There's Ria, Kaga's clique, and how about Reina? Aren't you close enough to call them friends? She had been modest towards Sylvie and Elle. Wonder who else in class Ayaka seemed friendly with. All of a sudden, that snide smile I hadn't seen in a while rose to her face.
友達？愉快なことを言うのね、オーロ。私、これまで一人として友達なんて作ったことがないわ。
Huh?
城ヶ崎にもらわれてからは、特にね。
It's clearly still trauma since Mayaba used to be her friend, and then she became a noble, and suddenly she became a bitch. So that like spiraled into a fucking trauma. So now she deems it so friends are worthless because if you the moment you accept them as friends, they'll just stab you in the back or something.
私に友達なんていません。
Where in the world would had this come from? What about Ria?
前に言ったでしょ？あれは商品。使えそうだったから使っただけ。マナコも同じよ。クラスや寮で浮かないように。もちろん、友情というものが成立するよう、どちらも譲歩しているし、私に友達なんていません。
Yeah, she had called Maria a commodity before. This woman.
あなたも早めに気づいた方がいいわ。人生に必要なものは、友人などではないって。家族、家だけよ。人生は、そのためだけに使うべきだわ。
I got it now. How could I put this? I finally put the pieces together. At least I felt like I had. Rizak was fixated on the Chokosaki family, the source of her feelings. Obviously, wasn't about to take her comments at face value. Of course not. Someone as dishonest as her couldn't possibly share her genuine feelings with me. She contradicted herself so many times it made me sick. It is a communication disorder then.
は？
Like, if you keep saying stuff like that, then you really won't have any friends at all. What do you say? How about we go play a game of ball right now? If it's too difficult, your big brother will help you. Will join you.
なんですかその小学生みたいなの
Because you're acting like one. Because every word out of your mouth sounds like one. She was being beyond unreasonable to suggest Ria, someone she had made dinner for out of concern for her nutrition, wasn't a friend. It was like some boy in elementary school flipping up the skirt of the girl he liked and calling her ugly. Fortunately, she seemed to legitimately believe that everything she just expressed was the truth.
話にならないわ
Had it ticked her off. Tried to gather her things and leave. Hey, come on, wait, let's talk this through some more.
会話を止めたのはそっちじゃないこっちの言うことを勝手に曲解して不愉快だわ
Sorry if I upset you.
今日は帰りますごきげんよう
She turned around. Don't be so angry, I'll do that licky thing to cheer you up.
別に機嫌がどうとかでなくあなたの主張は間違っているわ
Thank goodness she wasn't the type to immediately explode once you got her angry. Yes, this was who the woman Jogasaki Ayaka was. She didn't put her emotions first. Rationality took priority. That policy had to be what prevented her from having friends. The reason went without saying. That girl who snuck a photo of Ayaka before may have hit the nail on the head.
友達いないのよ
Her remark had struck her at her core. Oh boy. Hey, Ayaka.
何よ別にペロペロンがして欲しくて戻ったわけじゃ
I do love you, okay?
何ですか急に
As your paramour, as your boyfriend, and as a friend.
あなたのことは友達とかそういうくくりでは見ていられないわよ
No need to lump me into anything. I'm fine with all of it. I'm sure Ria is the same. She doesn't care if she's a commodity, and you can call her whatever you want. You complicate the idea of friends a little too much. She must have been aware of that fact to some extent as she immediately became tongue-tied. She'd been traumatized in the past, but she had, by the incident that initially skewed her. In all seriousness, it would likely be best to delve in and resolve that first. But for what it was worth, she seemed to be resolving it on her own for the most part. She had called the girl who had instilled that trauma in her a wild monkey after all. And all. If that were true, then this was all I had to do next. On the hand so that her trauma wouldn't handicap her. Gradually. That's all I had to say. Okay, I'll give you a licky. Come here, Ayaka. However, there was no need to rush her until it put a damper on the mood.
金色ラブリッチェゴールデンタイム
She gonna be sitting in the fucking out front again? Nah.
なりきん何よその顔なりきんですかそれは虚栄です庶民が逃げ込む言葉です虚栄って何そんなことも知らないんですねこれだから庶民はそもそもあなたなりきんという言葉の意味はちゃんと知っていまして何よバカもうあーちゃんとなんか遊んであげない待ってあのまま寝ちゃったのね寝たというかペロペローンのされすぎで半分気を失ったというか部屋に戻らなくちゃシャワーも浴びたいし 気持ちよさそうに寝ちゃって。友達か。あなたくらいシンプルに近づいてきてくれればこちらも気が楽なのにね。あなたくらいになら、あなたくらい好きになれるのかもね。
Smooch. Hmm.
どうしたいオーロ。
Yeah. I found myself staring at Ayaka constantly, even in class.
ああ。俺の彼女たまんねえな、おい。パイオ使いで、それに見ろよ、あの群抜なケツ。
I don't know why you sound like a collection of phrases out of some American movie from the 80s, but you got that right.
わお、ドン引き。
Well, that's part of it, but the rest of it, I was a little worried.
綾香、リップクリーム持ってる？もう、ちゃんと自分で持ってきなさい。
Ayaka was her usual self in class. She treated everyone like normal without any built-up aggression towards any one person. According to Ayaka, she supposedly had no friends here. Was it wise to leave things that way? Hey, Reina, what are you to Ayaka?
何って。
The way I posed that question was kind of sketchy and left Reina looking stumped. But she wasn't worried about the question itself.
何って、友達？
She answered immediately, just like I figured. They weren't especially close, but even a commoner like Reina considered Ayaka a friend. But as for her...
何？あやかっちとなんかあった？
Reina grimaced, having guessed something was up. Nah, nothing. The thing was between us. There were no walls, so I didn't know how to breach the subject either. So I racked my brain, Reina giggled.
何もないなら、別にオーロは心配することないよ。アーシャ友達だと思ってるし、メゴチンたちもそう思ってるだろうし。ならそれでいいじゃん。上辺だけの付き合い的なのでも。
Just superficial, eh?
そのうちわかるから。
She left with a huge grin. Superficially, huh? Guess there was another element of personal relationships.
ねえねえ、ほら。
What is it? That was when Sylvie spoke to me. It cut my thoughts short.
ちょっとお願いが。おっと。ここで言うのはまずいかしら。後で改めて相談があるの。
Sure, gotcha. She gonna invite me to another tea party after school? I wondered when...
ねえねえ、ほら。
Quicker than I expected. Earlier, and a direct transmission. Her only hang-up had been wanting to avoid talking in class, so once I was outside, Kyoto instantly began to chat me up. So, what was it?
明日土曜日、夜にお時間もらえないかしら。オーロと、あと、綾香も。
Ayaka too?
綾香なら、オーロに言っておけばスケジュール抑えられるでしょ？
Maybe. Didn't remember telling Sylvie about our relationship, but it sounded like she already knew.
じゃあ、お願いできるかしら。エルが今週の一件でスープ作りにハマってしまって、綾香に味見してほしいんですって。
So that's what this is about. Sure, I'll tell Ayaka.
お願いします。
Tell Ayaka. Is that all you need?
ありがとう、オーロ。
おーい、シルビー、こっちこっち。
はいはーい。夕飯多めになりそうだから、なるべくお腹は空かせておいて。
Sure. Wait, Sylvie, you're chatting with Reina right over there. What's going on with you?
こっちの私は本体とは関係ないの。キュロちゃんの中に構築した仮想人格なのよ。今こうしておしゃべりしているのも、本体の私がしたいだろう話を物理演算して行っているのよ。
You're equipped with meaninglessly over-engineered tech. Considered this could have been handled with a simple phone call. What is it?
本物の私はあそこにいる。ならば、 私は一体何者本体がいなければ。
Oh no!
シルビアは
Hey, we've got some psychotic sci-fi movie plot brewing over here. Summer from Sortilege. Never a dull moment. I like how Boral Kocha was just immediately there. Okay, let's grab that and leave. So, group dinner tomorrow. That might work out perfectly.
おや、オール君。ニコニコして。
Nah, something been on my mind and I've been trying to find a way to figure out how to handle it.
そうですか。よくは知りませんが、頑張って。応援してるわよ。
Oh lord.
その懸念というのは九段の彼女さんのこと？
More or less.
もう、いつになったら紹介してくれるのよ。
Hold on, this is a delicate situation.
待ってるわよ。
What's this guy's deal?
おねしょたを集めると言い出して、一日でたくさんのものに触れたようなのですが、どうも影響されたとかで。
Did he read it and empathize with the sister
ショ
characters?
タを見たら自動的に自分は攻める方だと思っちゃったんでしょうね。
深淵を覗くとき、深淵もまたこちらを覗いている。
Saigo doesn't have an easy time, does he?
ララララ。
Yeah?
なんだよ。
Nothing. Were you singing something?
別に喉の調子が戻ってきたから試してただけ。
Oh, Maria's finally gonna make a comeback?
あんま期待すんな。まだ時間かかるから。
Sure, I'll wait as long as it takes.
たく。
I brought up what happened earlier.
明日の夕飯？
Yeah, it's with Sylvie, so I wanted to see if you wanted to join us.
まあご馳走してくれるっつうんならもらうけど。
I was gonna be going to make it herself, so you can expect something awesome.
ああ、大晦日のやつはうまかった。じゃあ楽しみだな。
Yeah, so...
何？
Well... Ayaka was on the tip of my tongue, but I stopped myself. Didn't want to tell Rhea. Doubt it would be in Ayaka's best interest if I made Rhea tense up. The source of that personality had taken up residence inside of herself. Inside of her. Ayaka was the only one who could get rid of it, but Rhea was likely the next best after that.
ん？
How long have you and Ayaka known each other again?
どれくらいかな。確か中2だったと思う。あっちが俺を知ったのもそのちょい前だそうだから、それくらいの付き合いじゃね。
Huh. Time-wise, that's longer than me or Sylvie.
だな。まあ、つうか、時間で言ったら俺らなんて短いにも程があるんだけどな。
Guess you got a point. We weren't even together a month when we were little. Spent far longer together in the present day.
多分こういうのって時間じゃねえんだろうな。その瞬間のフィーリングとかそういうの。
More or less.
しかしそう考えると、そっか。あの綾香がか。
Yeah?
お前と綾香がくっつくって、なんかすげえ変な感じ。
Ah, that's how it looks from your perspective.
お前らだけならいいんだろうけどな。俺は小さい頃、お前とあいつの間には入ってないから。
Huh? When she was little?
ああ、忘れてるんだっけ。まあいいや。あいつにも頼んでみるかな。マリアって名前使ってやったんだから、あいつも無関係じゃねえだろ。
Involved in what?
いずれわかる。あいつを逃さなきゃ。いずれな。
明日
Yeah, that's what I've heard, so leave your schedule open.
勝手に。私に予定があったらどうするつもりだったの
Do you need to ask someone who comes to my room every... Do I need to ask someone who comes to my room every single night if she has plans? Besides, you mentioned you were gonna go back you were going back home the day after tomorrow to take advantage of the long weekend. You're never gonna have tomorrow free, right?
そうですけど。
That's that then. Be sure to leave tomorrow night free.
応募。
Whoops. I hadn't given her a chance to object, and now she was pissed at me. She could be unexpectedly childish sometimes, as the little things could set her off. Since we have plans in the evening, it only makes sense that you'll spend tomorrow afternoon with me. Maybe we could get together in the morning. Spend all night together tonight and into tomorrow morning might be nice.
もう、何を言うの
It was simple to put her back in a good mood. That said, Elle will have dinner ready for us tomorrow. What are we having tonight?
おでんよ
Oh, Odin's best on cold days. I can't start to even make dinner these days. My diet sucked when I first moved here, thanks to a certain someone, but things have really turned around lately.
あれは悪かったわよ。さすがにやり口が陰湿だったとは思うわ。でも、寮の子たちのためを思えば、その。
Sure, I told you that I don't hold a grudge anymore. I get to help myself to some juicy meat every night now to make up for it. Jesus Christ.
その点はお互い様だから、お返しにはならないじゃない。
Time for dinner. Ah!
ああ、こら、卵ばっかり食べちゃダメ。コレステロールが多いんだから。
She was a little nagging when it came to nutrition. Is there beef then? Beef?
あるけど、もっとバランスよく食べなさいよ。
And I have to start with my protein intake. After all, I'm going to pump plenty out later.
食事中に下品なこと言わないで。
Sorry.
まったく。
Quit having vulgar daydreams while you eat. Oh yeah, I heard from Maria about how the two of you first met. Considering we were having an Odin, my eating speed dropped like a rock once I got comfortably full. I turned my attention back to our conversation as I cut up small pieces of radish and nibbled on them. She mentioned something about how she made you use the name Maria. What did that mean?
マリアって、マリア・ビショップのマリア
Probably. Made her use probably meant she used it for a name during her debut. The way she phrased it sounded like there was some plan in place
わ
beforehand.
からないわ。マリア・ビショップ。そうマリアからすごくシンプルにひねり出したものだと思っていたけれど。あ、でも。
Seemed to have realized something had looked
あ
up
の
at me.
子、マリアって名前には妙にこだわっていたわ。何か思い入れがあるみたいで、名前変えるならマリアがいいって。
Emotional attachment.
それが何かはわからないけど。
We all know, and we all are in pain about it. Especially me, because, someone was doing... you know how people sometimes go to my videos and decide to, like, post massive fucking timestamps in the comments? Look down right now. Possibly. And someone did that for, like, the older Kinkoi videos. And so I had to reply to the Ayaka-Route finale timestamps like 4 hours ago. And it was just like, ah, yes, why do you hurt me this way? My general thoughts on the matter have not changed, by the way. How dare a game so completely about like how they're a game and advertised itself as, hey, we got blondes, hurt me so much emotionally.
私が何を言ってもマリアだって。ねえ、あなたの芸名考えてきたの。アリアってどうかしら。リアって響きは残してね。アリア。綺麗な名前だし、すごく音楽って感じでしょ？偶然にも私、アヤカだから、アヤカとリアを合わせた感じの名前で、いや、偶然なんだけど。
マリア。
はい？
マリアがいい。リアの響きを残すなら、マリア、シルビーの目に留まったら気づいてくれるかも。まあ無理かな。でも、マリアで。
そう。
お前はアリアがいいの？
いえ、別に、なんでもないわ。さっき適当に、すごく適当に決めたやつだから。名字。もう一つ何かつけましょう。ミドルネーム的な。マリアだけじゃよくあるから、生まれちゃうから。
そうだな。わかりやすいのはいい。
そうね。マリア。そうマリア。そうマリアは？
なんかダサい。
じゃあ、ビショップ。マリア・ビショップ。どう？マリア・ビショップ。
いいじゃん。
でしょ？二人で決めた名前よ。マリア・ビショップ。私とあなたの二人で作っていく名前よ。
金色ラブリッチェ。ゴールデンタイム。
Russell, Russell. Russell, Russell! It's showing a fucking file name up in the corner. Morning. No, it is morning.
本当だ。結局一晩中しちゃったわね。
Probably should have stopped around 2 o'clock. Had to drag these things out longer when you realize you have the next day off.
何度もそう言ったのに。
I couldn't help it, especially when you couldn't especially when you couldn't sit still and followed me into the bath.
それはそうだけど。
Getting 2 and 3 hours of sleep back to back like this is starting to get to me. Well, the perfect way to wake up. I bet a good morning kiss will do the trick.
バカ。
Ayaka leaned her face in close. Here came a passionate smooch first thing in the morning. Rub. And I massaged her butt in return. Keep going. She kissed me back like I asked her, as her hips restlessly squirmed. This kiss was more passionate than before. It felt wonderful to push up against her breast and already wrecked nipples. Oh lord. Wow. Even when we stopped to catch our breath, I transitioned into kissing her cheek and neck, as well as caressing her soft skin. Don't get me all fired up so early, damn! Okay, it's still only morning.
だって。
Well, I guess it's fine. 6 a.m. start is fine by me.
朝6時。
Oh no, she's gonna come in.
じゃん！ラジオ体操の時間です。最近の先輩は朝なんだか眠そうにしていることが多いので、今日は気合い入れていきましょう。
Oh no, she's actually gonna walk in on this.
おはようございます、先輩。
Oh, hey! Good morning!
おはようございます。どうしました？布団にくるまっちゃって。
Nah, you know how it's gotten warm out lately? I slept with no shirt on last night.
ほんとだ。すいません。いきなり乗り込んだりして。
Nah, don't sweat it. This was a disaster for Ayaka, who was hiding under those covers, though.
苦しい。でも、オーラに密着できて。
Oh no, she's into
なん
it.
だかドキドキ。先輩、布団から足が出てますけど、方向がおかしくありません？
Ayaka's feet were sticking out! Mine were pointed upwards, but it only made sense that Ayaka's were downwards since she climbed on top of me.
関節がすごいことになってませんか？
I'm in the middle of practicing a magic trick.
ああ、なるほ
She bought that?
ど。外で待ってます。
Sure. You can come out now, Ayaka.
今私の足、男と間違えられた。
Don't worry about it. I'm kind of shocked she assumed I'm the kind of guy who cares for his feet until it's this squishy and smooth without a single unwanted hair, too.
はーい、みんな集合。あれ、早かも来たんかい。珍しいね。みんな、体操体型に開いて。体操したら筋肉が。
I think it's more than just calisthenics. Once again, exercise is a lost cause for you.
うるさいわね。
It's weird considering you have so much stamina for anything else. For example, you can rock your hips back and forth for a whole hour.
うるさい。
Okay, now then. I looked over at the bed we'd previously vacated.
ひどいものですわね。
It was a disheveled mess and damp from a variety of fluids. I'll definitely have to do laundry today.
ですね。手伝います。
You do ooze a lot after all.
失礼な。多くなどありません。
It is too. You always soaked after you even get started. You always soak before we even get started. You get just as drenched as the girls the author of Elfenlied draws. I'm worried you'll get dehydrated. Elfenlied, sorry.
汗です。あのベッドのはほとんど汗。
She got angry. I guess I'd better stop teasing her. As far as the laundry goes, if I'm going to the effort, maybe we may as well get a little sweatier first.
はい。
Alright, let's pick up where we left
ゲロ、
off.
起きていまして。
Oh!
おう。今晩お姉様と晩餐になさるそうですわね。衛生状態を見ますわ。お部屋を片しなさいな。ってくさ！汗臭いですわ。なんですのこの部屋。
I've gotten a lot of exercise since last night.
ベッドが湿っぽいですわ。昨晩とは思えませんけれど。
Well, you know, it dries out less than you would think.
ああ、もうティッシュも丸めたままで、ちゃんと押してなさいな。なんですのこのティッシュ。妙にカピカピしてますわね。なんです。変な匂い。
Whoops, I wonder what it could be. Yep, I'll better throw those out right out. They should have been thrown out. Ayaka, did you try to bring them back with you?
飲みきれなかったのが屈辱で、せめて私の部屋で処理しようと。
ああ、もう、状態を見るどころではありませんわ。ちょっと出てお行きなさい。私が掃除します。で、城ヶ崎さんまでいらっしゃるじゃありませんの。ほら、ゲロ、こんな部屋には招待できませんわ。よそへ連れて行って差し上げて。
I will. It does smell sweaty here and all. More than half of this sweat was hers. I was thinking of washing all the sheets. There's decent timing. That though. We lost our place to go.
そうね。私の部屋なら。
The room's out of the question.
そうだったわね。
I was essentially banned from the second floor of this dorm. Nobody had told me it was off limits, but I couldn't enter. This degree of tact was important when men and women lived in the same building. Guess it does make me happy to be invited to your room, though. Maybe I should sneak in in the middle of the night sometime.
人に見られないようにね。
While we're at it, we had it
ど
outside.
こへ行くの？
Shopping. The instant noodle situation at my place is getting a little dicey, among other things.
そう。
Why, you've been making meals for me these days, so maybe there's no need for me to stock up. Can't really rely on you all the time, though, so it's just in case.
そう。別にあなたが言うなら毎日でも。
By the way, Ayaka, you get nearly all the ingredients from meals for the meals you make from the dorm convenience store, don't you?
ええ。寮のコンビニは何でも入れてくれますから。
Also, someone told me that apparently, after you beat the routes themselves, you actually get append routes for, like, the new routes. So, like, there's apparently gonna be an Ayaka append, Mina append, and I assume, since the way they spaced them out, possibly an Altaria append. And someone did mildly spoil me, but it's not a bad spoiler, since it's just like, hey, that's what's gonna happen. Basically, the Ayaka append is gonna be, hey, what if she knew that he was Ichi from the very beginning? It was just called a convenience store, structurally speaking. It had enough of an assortment of meats and veggies to stand up to small supermarkets, and it could stock almost anything within the next day order. It was designed so the rich girls who lived out on the hill here would never have issues shopping. Its one flaw was that it didn't have cup noodles, frozen foods, or much junk food to speak of. As long as we weren't after those specific junk foods, the boarders would seldom have to leave, even on their days off. That meant... Why did you come with me?
Huh?
Hey, no, I can't. You didn't have to come just because you wanted to be with me constantly.
流れよ流れ。なんとなく話してたら戻るタイミングをなくしちゃっただけ。
Really?
いいわよ。帰る。
Hang on. Teased her too much, so I stopped her when she tried to leave. You've already come this far, you don't get a chance off, so let's sit down together. Bet you've never been out on a date like this before. Right?
しょうがないわね。
On that note, you wandered around together.
ようやくシーツを干し終わりました。まったくゲロは。城ヶ崎さんと良い仲になって多少マシになったものの、仕方ありません。これからも私が目をかけてあげないと。ところでこのカピカピのティッシュ、なんだか気になったので捨てずに置きましたが、臭い。生臭くて変な匂い。変な匂い。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! This is our first date.
デート言わないで。ドキドキしちゃう。
Gotten used to going out on walks with you like this. How many times has it been now?
リアも一緒だったり、マナコたちと団体だったり、二人で歩いたことはないじゃない。
Sounds about right. But I had all my attention focused on you at that time, so it still felt like we went on a walk alone.
それって。
Yeah. I was terrified of you back then, so I had to keep my eye on you.
はい、悪うございました。
Took me no time at all to finish shopping when all I was after were cup noodles. Like, is there anything you want to buy?
ええ、見て回れただけで十分。
What about clothes? Don't mind that it's me. I could help you pick them out.
結構よ。衣服については専門の仕立て屋があるんです。そこ以外は利用するつもりなし。
What about underwear? Could help you pick them out if you're okay with that.
付き合われたところで私にどうしろと言うのよ。
That's obvious.
言わなくていい。言わなくてもわかる。
Are you going? Hey, are we going to buy you underwear or not?
結構です。下着、あなたに選んでもらってもあなたのところへ履いていきません。汚れちゃうもの。
Couldn't argue with that one.
それよりリディー・ホーってでしたっけ。本当にいろいろなものがあるのですね。
More or less. Lots more complex style discount stores had popped up in recent times, but there was still something special about this place.
カップ麺を買うと言って入ったのに、最初にスマホ売り場が来た時は驚いたわ。
The laid-back atmosphere is what's so great about it. Wait, Aki, really never been to Don Quixote before?
初めてよ。当たり前でしょ。あんな低俗なところ。
Yeah, it's not a great match for a rich girl. Don Quixote's cheap yet vital goods selection was always difficult to navigate thanks to their messy stocking patterns. Many saw it as a playground as opposed to it being specifically designed to try and entertain commerce on the most subconscious level. I had in reality come here with Raina plenty of times, but never with Sylvie. Elle had a disapproving look when I tried. Someone with high-end sensibilities like Ayaka would be firmly in Sylvie's camp, so this was apparently her first time experiencing it. What? What did you think of your first visit?
そうね。居心地は良くなかったけれど。
First on her lap, it wasn't awful either. I guess rich girls could experience those same exciting feelings when visiting a Don Quixote.
今度じっくり回ってみたいわね。フラフープも置いてあったし。
Want a hula hoop? You could just go to the school.
自分用のが欲しいの。みんなで使うのは衛生的に。
She was such a clean freak.
いろいろなものがあったけれど、おもちゃ類。
Yeah, you don't come up by toy stores much anymore. So places like that can be refreshing. People our age wouldn't go into a dedicated toy store even if one was available in the large shopping center. However, Dundee narrow aisles made it almost impossible to ignore this toy section if you made your way through the store.
パズル、最近やってないな。久しぶりにやろうかしら。まずは気楽に1000ピース。
You like puzzles? That kind of sound like. And actually, I don't think 1,000 puzzles were easy. 1,000-piece puzzles were easygoing. Aren't 1,000 pieces 1,000-piece ones the most difficult? Jake and I did one together an eternity ago, and I still thought it was a frustrating experience.
あら、でも割とできますよ。1000までなら。むしろ500以下だと、できた時の達成感に欠けます。2000でも、空いた時間の暇つぶし程度でできますね。さすがに5000のものは、かなりの根気が必要ですが。
I don't think like is the right word. You're a puzzle fanatic. That also sounded like her.
ところで、私がパズルを見ている途中、あなたどこか行っていましたよね。なんだか奥ののれんがかかっていたコーナー。何なんです？
Don't worry about it.
上りには大人の電動とかなんとか。
Don't worry about it.
ん？
I just bought something small for Ayaka to use.
嫌な予感。
You returned to the dorm. Aside from going to put the cup noodles away, what are you up to after this?
そうね。夜に予定がある以上、あまり離れられないし。私は別にあなたについていくとかじゃなくて。
Nina's in the middle of cleaning my room too. Ayaka, come with me.
ええ、言ってあげるわ。
You alluded to this earlier, but can you hula hoop properly yet? Okay, let's see if we're out of practice yet.
できるわよ。
Watch, rotate your hips with good timing, like this. She broke into tears. It's less that people with reflexes can't do it, but they just forget how to do it faster than others.
できるはずよ。できるはずなの。この前あんなに練習したんだもの。
It happens considering it's been a few weeks since then. Come on, you rock those hips every single night. Just do a twisty turny dance like you usually do.
触らないで。ああ、こら、横腹くすぐったいから。
If you can't pull it off while we're here, then we'll just have to review later. It'll be an hour-long twisty-turny lesson in my room.
それはそれで。
Well, Sylvie and the others are over for dinner, that is.
地獄だわ。リズム。
She had gotten the knack for this once before, so she managed to pull it off again after a few practice runs. Then re-practiced for a couple of hours. Good work out there. Here, drink this.
ありがとう。
It was just a simple hula hoop, but several hours of substantial exercise we hadn't been in the mindset for had left us pretty worn out.
お昼ご飯も購買で済ませましょうか。
Yeah, but no, we can't. It's not open today. Hold on, I need to close this.
あ、そうでした。
A number of clubs around campus were taking it easy during the chilly February months, especially on Saturdays, which meant the school store was closed. So our club activities were prohibited on Saturdays, as were likely students hanging around school right now. But all the teaching and store staff had the day off today. Yes, you know what that meant, and you know what that meant. School was nearly deserted, but you could still enter.
なんですその笑い方。
I know. It's nothing, really.
嫌な予感。ところでオーロ、レディーホーデから持ってきたそっちの袋は何が入っているの？
Oh, this? I had put the cup noodles away in my room, but brought this with me. After all, this was, ta-da,
あ、
curry bread.
懐かしい。
They were 50 yen each, so I bought a bunch. We haven't had lunch, so let's eat some. Discount stores often had huge bargains on cheap off-the-shelf stuff items. To target and stock up on those was what it meant to be a commoner. I really love this nice soft curry bread especially.
そうでしょうか。カレーパンは普通にパン屋で揚げたてを買うのが一番だと思うわ。
I know what you mean, that tastes great too. I really like this shabbily made kind, even if it's not perfect.
よくわからないわ。
Enjoying the imperfect yet familiar things in life, more so than anything fancy, is what it means to be human.
それはわかりますわね。ま、私は高級品にこそ愛着が湧いてしまうので、やはりあなたの気持ちはわかりかねますけど。
That, I get it. Sure there are cheap things that you like too.
それは、まあ、筆記用具などは使い慣れたものが一番な気はします。
Right. Well, for that matter, a cheap commoner like me has gotten used to someone as high class as you.
ですね。そういう不意打ちやめてくださる？
sorry. It's all her fault for falling for it. Anyway, we finished off a fun lunch.
この袋、まだまだたくさん入っていますけど、全部カレーパン？あら？いえ、違うわね。これ、ハンドスピナー？
Yeah, they were super popular for a while, but they fizzled out just as fast. We're selling them for 100 yen each.
流行とは不思議なものね。おもちゃコーナーでも買っていたのね。
Yeah, I guess. I waited for an opening while you were looking through all of the puzzles. That wasn't even a reason to hide it.
好きって何の？
pets, I didn't mind for a while, but if Rhea were a cat, then I think you'd be a dog, and a big one at that. It takes a while for you to grow attached to something, and then you grow fiercely loyal to it, almost to the point where it could kill you.
なんですかそれは。
For example, I doubt you'd kick up much of a fuss if I told you to put this on right here and now. I had waited for Ayaka to drop her guard to buy this, namely...
犬の尻尾？
Here, Ayaka. Try it on.
だからつけません。だいたい何ですかこの尻尾。こんなものどうやってつけろって言うんです！
Up the butt.
イエーイ鍋パーイエーイ
I won't grab the soups on one because it's not just quite,
イ
not
エ
quite
ーイ鍋パ
on the noise level because of the nabepa, in my opinion.
イエーイ！
ーどうした元気ないな。
I wonder why I'm dead tired when I'm the one who took the initiative. Ayaka was raring to go and I was still worn out from this afternoon. On the upside, it's gonna taste even better because of how hungry I am. Let's begin.
はい、城ヶ崎殿はじめ皆さんにお試しいただきたいです。
Ayaka's soup from the other day had gotten Elle fired up to do some cooking. So she was treating us to soup on her own, soup of her own. It was a mild, creamy tomato soup.
こっちも合いそうなの持ち込んだよ。はーい、一口パニーニと。
I only know one kind of panini thing, and that's like a fucking... Like the panini I know, that I think of when I see the word panini, are like these like... these like, fruit drops. But apparently it isn't that.
焼きおにぎり。
スープに焼きおにぎり？
こいつは何にでも合う。保証する。
まあ、日本人なら大丈夫か。持ち寄りは気が回らなかったわ。私も何かご用意すべきだったかしら。
こちらが一方的にお呼び立てしたのです。お気を使わずに。
そうもいかないわ。
You have leftover Odin from yesterday. Go heat some up.
そうね。
I honestly suspect the soup and Odin wouldn't mesh well, but it didn't really matter if this was a potluck. Once all the dishes were put together, we started from the top. Thanks for the meal.
いただきまーす。
Everyone put their hands together.
あら、いいじゃない。洋風のブイヨンにもクズのとろみって合うのね。
そうですか。よかった。
パニーニも外側カリカリでうまいな。考えてみりゃ焼きサンドイッチって焼きおにぎりの親戚みたいなもんか。
あ、大根熱い。
It's absorbed tons of broth and breaks down so quickly that everything hot inside gushes out. Reheated Odin really loses its edge.
でもこれなら調味料なしでいけるぜ。
Totally.
そういやさ、前につっついたにコンビニおでんは東海だと甘味噌、九州だと柚子胡椒がつくって知ったんだけどさ、近畿中国地方じゃ生姜醤油がつくってリプがあってさ。
Ginger and soy sauce. If you don't mind ginger and soy sauce, have some.
混ぜりゃ似たようなもんだよね。やってみる。
Our meal carried on. I hadn't been particularly concerned, given that this was the same mix of people we'd enjoyed a pleasant end to the year with earlier on, but there were no stand-up problems even with a new face in the mix.
返しとタレに味を分けて持ち運ぶ。インスタントですか？
いえ、食べる直前まで分けておくの。それで直前に混ぜると混ざりきらないところが味の変化になってね。あやか、このおでんすっごく美味しい。
卵もう一個食べていい？
ええ、バランスよくね。
As appearances went, there was no issues whatsoever. Except for that single show of emotional fatigue. Ayaka was great at going with the flow, just as I had learned from her behavior in the classroom. But that only worked with when someone else was taking the lead. Now that I no longer needed to adapt to those around me, her uneasiness stuck out to me like a sore thumb. I wouldn't go so far as to call it a performance, but compared to how much fun Elle and Sylvia appeared to be having, I got taken a step back, carefully calculated how much distance to keep from the others, and made sure to keep everyone within arm's reach. Felt like she was talking to heck, entertaining everyone. That'd been the right call to stop that marriage interview a week ago. If she'd gone through with it, she would have landed her partner instantly. Sylvie and Reina would grease the wheels with anyone they encountered, and Elle instantly maintained control of the sense of distance between her and others personally. All of them were special cases. All the same, Ayaka was overly cautious. Beyond timid.
どうした？焼きおにぎり食べてるのに顔が暗い。どうしたんだ？こんなにも心躍る瞬間を前に暗いなんて。ポンポン痛いのか？サスサスしてやろうか？
I don't find fried onigiri as amazing and almighty as you do.
そうですか。
But if you want to give my stomach a rub, I'll happily accept.
なんだよ、さっきから綾香をじっと見てるけど、まさかケツにローター的な、なんかこう遠隔操作でバイブするもん入れさせてるとか？それで今様子を伺ってるとか？
Knock off the dirty jokes that did the table.
すまん。焼きおにぎりへの冒涜だった。いいアイデアもらったみたいな顔すんな。
This conversation isn't going anywhere. This was it. This was our close friendship day. Didn't matter what you said, any off comment would be forgiven. I guess feeling did differ somewhat with friends of the opposite sex, but I did think that was how it meant to be, especially with friends of the same sex. Which would mean that Ayaka could be this way with Sylvia and the other women. Ah! What the hell was that for?
わからん。でもなんか同性じゃねえだろ的なツッコミを入れなきゃって気がした。
Sorry. There's no need to be this telepathic. But this was roughly ideal. If there was anyone who she could act this way around. Hey, Rhea, are you free tomorrow?
なんで？
Oh, I just need a quick favor. It would be ideal since they've known each other for ages. Going to Ayaka, she was her commodity, but I wasn't stupid enough to take her words at face value. The issue wasn't whether I was stupid or not. It was whether or not Ayaka realized this for
俺明
herself.
日忙しいんだよな。
Sleeping, right?
寝るのに。
Alright, then I'll call you around 10 a.m. tomorrow, set an alarm.
ちぇ、めんどくせえな。
Rhea shrugged, acting exasperated. This mood between us. It was easy to make, but definitely complicated to explain out loud.
金色ラブリッチェ、ゴールデンタイム。え？今日は実家に行かなければなりませんけど。おとといあなたも言っていたでしょ？俺は何も知らないんだが、ほら、夜私がこの部屋に来た時に。明日？
Yeah, that's what I've heard, so leave your schedule open.
勝手に。私に予定があったらどうするつもりだったの？
Besides, you mentioned you were going back home the day after tomorrow to take advantage of the long weekend. You're inevitably going to have tomorrow free, right?
そうですけど。
That's that then. Be sure to leave tomorrow night free.
思い出しまして。
Yeah, this was completely my fault.
帰りは夜遅くになります。なので今日は一緒の時間は持てそうにないわ。
Really? Puts me in a bind.
参ったの？まあ、しょうがないわね、オーラは。一日も私から離れると、出るまでまだ時間があるから、する？ 1 回か2回で済ませれば。
No, it's not that. I'd gotten Rhea to make time, but this meant I'd gotten my priorities backwards.
まあ、そうね。1、2回と言って始めても、長引いちゃうのは私も自覚があるわ。お口でしてあげる。お口だけなら、ね。
Like I said, that's not really it.
大丈夫よ。そりゃごっくんすると火がついちゃうけれど、今日は我慢するから、おしゃぶり。ね。
I'm trying to tell you.
おしゃぶりしたいの。
Wait, hang on. Don't get all horny and dependent on me. That's not what's bothering me.
さあ10時だ、眠い体に鞭打って起きたぞ。これでつまんねえ要件だったらシルビーの妹から鞭借りてきて物理的に100叩きだからな。
Too late, huh?
要件ってのは
Crap. I'd asked Rhea to come over on the assumption it would bring her and Ayaka close, but Ayaka couldn't stay behind. If I told Rhea, she'd be pissed. She didn't get angry often, but she blew her lid super easily when she was sleepy. Best option now was...
突然ついてきたいだなんて、どうしたのよ。
I just thought it'd be best for our relationship last week's no politeness included if I tagged along with you.
なるほど。
んでなんで俺込みなんだよ。
That old guy seemed to like you, so you're the sacrificial lamb.
殺すぞお前。たく朝っぱらから何の用かと思えば。
Just to put it out there, 10 a.m. isn't early enough to complain about.
どうした綾香。
いえ、急なことだったので。オーラ、おじい様に何とご挨拶なさるの？
I guess. She had a good point. I hadn't really given it any thought, which wasn't all that surprising since it was a moment's decision. I should introduce myself to Ayaka's family. I had to say, as your Pottermore.
私が言うのもなんですけど、その単語は家の者の前では出さないでください。
Alright, how about your boyfriend then?
まあ、そうね。混乱を避けるためにも、そうしておくべきかしら。何よ。
いや、急に素直になったなぁと。
Hasn't she? It was only 5 short days ago that she got pissy if I so much as called her my girlfriend.
それは。
度重なるお注射が効いたか。そうかそうか。女ってなんだかんだ肉体の関係に弱いんだな。
お注射言うな。
Injections, huh? Oh, we're sure that Pat played some part. You're a little off, Ray. Ayaka's change of heart wasn't due to any injection.
でもすげえお注射しただろ。
Damn straight, we did it at least 10 times in one day, and I also gave her palpitations, massages.
やめろ！家の者に聞こえる！
That's not what we did, though. What did it, though?
お尻への注射？
No. Hey, wait, I figured you'd hear this a little, but how did you know exactly what we did?
お前が毎回ほらほらどうしてほしいんだ綾香。あ、綾香のお尻にください。声が小さい。お尻にくださいみたいな言い方するからよ。
I'm sorry. Ayaka just died. Could you hear us that clearly?
耳がいいから。とりあえず、声が小さいはもうやめね。あれ言うと綾香叫ぶくらいすごい声出すじゃん。下手すると俺以外にも声漏れるよ。
I'll be careful.
本末転倒だけど、気分が悪くなってきたから、今日は実家への顔見せ中止にしたいわ。
Wait, let's get back on topic. I'll be sure to give a proper greeting. I rang the doorbell just as we had last week. After the servant checked the camera, they opened the gate immediately. This was the day that I had headed inside as an invited guest.
俺も暇つぶしにはなるか。ところで、お注射以外だとなんだ？
おじいさま、先週はお騒がせしました。あれから話し合って、正式にお付き合いすることになりました。市松往路です。
It's a pleasure. I said hello to the old man I'd met last week. He looked me over with an icy glint in his eyes.
まあ学生のうちは何事も経験だ。わしが口を挟むことはあるまい。好きに遊びなさい、綾香。
はい。
Said his piece without the slightest interest in me and without looking my way. Fun, huh? That's what ultimately amounted to in this family, given my position, huh? All fine, who knew as much last week? I'd already come up with a few countermeasures, and my tactic of making Ayaka choose love over lineage was halfway successful already. It will certainly make things easier if her family accepted me, however.
そうだ。一応言っておくが、お前たち、そのお付き合いというのは当然肉体的なことも兼ねているのだろう。
おじいさま。
否認の話だ。大事なことだろう。
I mean, let's like this would sound horrible in any other fucking context, but let's be fucking frank. The best contraception for Ayaka is doing it up the butt because that's what she wants anyway.
ああ、ピルは万全です。そのチェックは怠っておりませんわ。
そうか。ならばよい。
まったくもう少し言葉を選んでくださいまし。急にあんなこと聞かれたら、私。ご報告は以上ですわ。
こちらからは一点。テレビ局の人間がお前に会いたいと言っておる。
どうなさいますか？早く帰る要件があればそちらに改めて向かわせますが。
ああ、いえ、待ちますわ。
GV's station staff would naturally be beneath the family members. It was a strange feeling to catch a glimpse of the world of nobles that readily made us commoners uncomfortable. He left the room now that our meet and greet was over. Wonder what he thought of me.
どうとも思われなかったんじゃないかしら。
He's about to explode in the room. Yeah, probably. A man had absolutely no interest in me whatsoever. He had this whole I could wipe the small fry off the face of the earth vibe.
それは例えになっていないのよね。おじいさまが言えば、喜んで鉄砲を持ち出す怖い人たちが1ダースや2ダースはいるから。
Scary! Guess the nobles commoners were legitimately best left unseen. Things are normal at the dorm, but our differences really are obvious here, aren't they?
寮のほとんどの生徒だって身分という意味ではあなたとはだいぶ違うわよ。
What is it?
いえ、そうよね。寮のことを思い出して。あなたならこの家でもいつの間にか馴染んで人気者になっちゃうんじゃって。
It's easier said than done.
そうは思うのだけど、あなたならね。
Ayaka giggled to herself.
私が初めて負けたと思ったあなたなら。
She looked at me with glistening eyes. It's gonna make me blush. Well, let's assume I want the same. Is that grandpa really my biggest adversary?
そうなるわね。
I'm gonna pray those scary men with guns never turn up. You do have sortilege protection.
信じて送り出した孫が庶民にドハマりしてトロ顔でご報告に来るなんて。
残念だったな。
どうしようどうしよう、レアちゃん。わしの孫、もう完全に落ちてるよ。
そうだっけ？
It's just like they I don't know why they just continuously pull out the Zuko right now in this game.
わかるもん。わしわかるもん。若い頃は権力を傘に来て女とっかえ引っかえしてたから、メスの顔的なやつわかるもん。
そうか。地獄に落ちろじじい。
ああ、見たくなかった。性欲とおさらばしたこの年になってから、孫のメスの顔は見たくなかった。なんか、彼氏との熱い夜を思い出して、にへーって、わし、10年面倒見てて、あんな顔見たことないよ。
そうな。最近の綾香、イチの前にいると大体ああいう顔してるからわかんねえや。別に暑い夜を思い出したとかじゃないと思うぜ。もうそばにいるだけで幸せって感じであんな顔する。本気で思い出してるときは、下手するとよだれとか垂らしそうだからな。よく。
わあ、聞きたくない情報が秘密のように。孫がピンチじゃ。どっかの庶民に捕まって孫がピンチじゃ。こうなったらわしが昭和の時代を駆け抜けるべくその手に置いた
ビップビップ。
もしもしシルビー？
もしもし、相馬くん。何かご用だった？
突然だけどさ、悪い奴らがイチのこと狙うかもって聞いたら、お前どうする？
まずは事実関係の確認だけれど、もし本当なら国連には言えないソルティレージの暗部が火を吹くことになるわね。
だってさ。
あの小僧何者？
まあ悪人じゃないから心配すんな。
Yeah, like I said, honest to God, marrying Ayaka off to Ichi is probably like almost on the same level. Like maybe not as quote unquote good technically as an arranged marriage with Inoue, but he is basically part of the Sortilege royal family at this point. Because by God, Sylvie saw this man as a child, and then when she met him again, when they were older, decided, I'm going to adopt this man. This man will be adopted into the family. I don't care if it's gonna be as the fucking husband or as the brother. Possibly as the son.
くそ、悪人じゃないならもっとダメじゃん。綾香を引き離す大義名分もないじゃん。綾香のことだから心配はしとったが、まああの子らしいといえばあの子らしいか。
綾香らしい
？Is your family home, right, Ayaka? Could you have me a room while we're here?
別にいいですけど。
We peek inside and saw that Rhea was chatting with the old man. Gave her a hand signal that we would be going elsewhere.
私の部屋というものは厳密にはないわ。どの部屋がいい？
Maybe the kind of room with the stuffed animals you cherished growing up. I'd love to see you get all sappy and hug one.
全部物置です。
No fun. Alright, guess we'll do something else then. We just need a room and a bed. Then they fucked. Yeah, they asked.
男に入れ込むのが綾香らしいってどういうことなん？
そういう言い方やめて。男に入れ込むとかじゃなくて。あの子は小さい頃から誰にでもまず好意から入る。
根っこがお嬢様ってことか。
うちが引き取る前からそうだったがね。まあ聡明な子でもあるから裏切りを警戒してそれを表には出さんが、繰り返し接していれば すぐに警戒を解いてしまう。
まあ、ちょろいわな。お注射じゃないってそういうことか。確かにずっとそうだった。
親方様、来客です。
ん？ああ、そうか。通しなさい。
お嬢様にはお世話になっております。星テレビプロデューサーの、あれ？マリー、相馬さん。
お久しぶりです。
腰が抜けそう。
Keep up the good work.
オーラのせいなのに。
He just had to go back since the man from the TV station was supposed to visit.
綾香お嬢様、お久しぶりです。
どうも。
I naturally hadn't met him, but he was a relatively young-looking man. Some quick bows, they started to discuss something. Who's the guy from the TV station?
プロデューサーで名前なんだったかな、忘れた。
He's a fucking Ryozoji. You know him too?
まあな、俺とあいつにとっては思い出のある番組のプロデューサーを受けてくれた人だから。
Probably not then. Come in. Made him sound like a creator, which had to mean... so he's the one who made the show to market Maria. The one who was supposed to end... The one that was supposed to end in March or something like that. Went out of his way to come say hello. He's a hard worker.
違うっぽい。業界人ってすげえガツガツしてるからな。
お願いします。深夜帯で空いてる時間があります。そこでなんとか。
はあ。
番組続けさせてくださいってやつだな。
Can a show scheduled to end in March actually keep going if you ask about it in mid-February?
終わるのは終わるとして、リニューアルで新番組とかなら、1ヶ月前に言えばなんとかだろうな。城ヶ崎家は鶴の一声が使えるし。
Novels are amazing in this regard.
どうするかね、綾香。
She wasn't sure what to do. Producer rambled on about how sorry people were to see them go, time slots and otherwise. However, he was especially proud of his perfectly laid out plans on how to keep the show going. It all brought down to a final word to Noble's attitude in the moment. But...
ですが私、もう。
Ayaka herself didn't sound motivated. She'd mentioned before that the program was originally made for Maria and it was no longer as essential once she took off. But even if Ayaka wasn't eager, don't you want to do it, Rhea? Aren't you making a new song? I don't make use of this like a recital of sorts.
なんで知ってんだそれ。
I saw you singing up on the roof the other day.
それだけ？
Oh, come on. Do you really think I wouldn't notice it was a Maria-esque song, especially one you haven't published before?
うわ、オタクぜ。
I had known Rhea for a long time now. And I could tell when she used that marginally prim voice when she sang as Maria. I'd been convinced she was singing a new song. To believe she was making a new piece entirely was all my intuition.
リア、そうなの？
別にそういうんじゃなくて。ただあの番組終わるなら最後に1曲くらいって。でも喉戻すには時間かかるから最終回には間に合わないかなって。
リア。
最終回の撮影は2月いっぱいですけど、 4月リニューアルとすれば3月いっぱいまで伸ばせます。マリア・ビショップがリニューアル第1弾を飾ってくれるならこれ以上の構成はありませんよ。
Was overjoyed. Sorry to say though, but this guy was out of the loop. What the matter right now was...
私のために
別にそういうわけじゃねえ。
Once Rhea got all bashful.
おじいさま、局の編成にお声かけ願います。
ん？深夜の一枠くらい、綾香の自由だ。将来の選択の幅を狭めぬためにも、好きにやりなさい。男に入れ込むのを避けるためにもな。
Joke's on you! This entire situation just increased her obsession.
ところで、なんでリアちゃんがマリアの新曲作るんじゃろ
う。Idiot.
リア。
まあ、お前がやるって言うんなら、一応な。俺たちにとっては、だし。
金色ラブリッチェ、ゴールデンタイム。
You wanna be, yeah, actually, something would be hilarious if Maria like wrote Rhea wrote like the new song for Maria, really, and to say, you know what, I'm gonna use this opportunity. I'm gonna make sure that Ayaka fucking notices. So she writes a song about two people who have found themselves again after years, and even though they do not remember each other, fall for each other again, fall for each other all over again. And Ayaka's like, wow, it sounds really, really lovely. Wow, I wish you... and like, subconsciously, it's gonna be like, like a few months ago, I probably would have been like, I wish this would happen to me in Ichi, but hey, I have Oro now. Or some bullshit like that. Possibly she's still gonna be attached to Ichi. Ria's just going like, oh yeah, my inspiration for the song was you and Oro. Me and who? You and Oro. Did I say me and Oro at first? I meant Ayaka and Oro. It's the middle of the afternoon, one long weekend, and your schedule went to crap.
崩れてない。休日は昼まで寝るって決めてるだけ。
That was a problem on its own, right?
そっちこそ珍しいね。お休みは昼まで、あやかっちと部屋にこもってるのに。
I won't deny that.
いつも何してんの？あ、父なの？父なの？
It's nothing that simple. You really want all the details?
やめとく。聞いただけで耳から処女膜破れそう。で、今日は？
Nothing.
飽きたのかな？
Not even close. I've got a long way to go before I even begin to appreciate everything Ayaka's body has to offer.
いや、オーロが飽きられたのかなってこと。ごめん。本気で心配な顔しないの。でもほんと、なんで今日は一人なん？あやかっち別に出かけてないよね。
Oh, there's a reason for that. It'd be faster to show her. I knocked on Rhea's bedroom
どうぞ。
door. And inside...
ああ、もう！だから B メロとのつなぎがおかしいから。サビにつなぐところに間を作らないで。
繋がんねんだよ、これ。
だからつながるようミックスするんでしょ？ほら、例えば、ここのフレーズを遅らせるとか。
それじゃ曲がたるいんだよ。
Slam. You got the idea.
よくわかったよ。リアちゃん新曲作ってんの？
Yeah, but she's having trouble coming up with anything other than the chorus, and they're working on composing the rest.
ああ、言うね。サビの気持ちいいだけのメロディーは割と思いつくけど、そこまでをうまく作るのが曲作りじゃ一番きついって。
Neither of them is willing to give in on anything either.
わかったけど、オーロとしちゃ楽しいんじゃない？マリア・ビショップの作曲風景なんて超レアでしょ。
That's the tough part. Made up this idea in my head that Maria spun a string of words of various sorts. I made up this idea in my head that as Maria spun a string of words of various sorts would appear out of a lily with a harp or flute in hand and magically create the melody for her. No wonder her songs would be made with such sultry anxiety and pure pandemonium like you'd expect from some manga artist.
男子の純情に現実はつれたんだね。でもさ、オーロ。この前私が言ったこと、これで分かったっしょ？
The other day. About it just being superficial?
そう。上辺だけでも友達やってれば、あやかっちなら。
Huh, I do. She was right on this one. I accidentally skipped 2 lines. Whether or not you were friends, regardless if it was expressed verbally, was irrelevant, even if you called yourself friends on a purely superficial level. On the other hand, even if you insist you weren't friends purely superficially, people formed relationships through many more other means. Like and I, who had gotten together, regardless of what we might say about nobles or commoners, were the best proof of all. So you're saying there's nothing for me to do?
だね。二人は忙しそうだし、どっか遊び行くかい？
Sounds good. Save for a specific set of muscles. I haven't gotten much exercise lately. Why don't we do some active for a while?
運動ですか？お供します。
暖かくなってきたし、いいですわね。
遊びに来たわよ。
あら？どこかへ行くの？
お供します。
We headed outside together as a group. As for Ayaka, I would leave her to her friend.
なんとかまとまりそうね。
こっからシェイプアップってところだな。それが一番めんどくせえんだけど。
改めてお礼を言うわ、リア。ありがとう。私のために新曲なんて。
別にお前のためってわけじゃねえよ。でもなんかしとかないとって思ってさ。お前にとって大事な番組なら、マリアにとっても大事な番組なわけだし。
え？どうして？
どうしてって。マリアの半分はお前のものなんだから当然じゃん。忘れてんのかよ。マリア・ビショップは俺とお前のユニット名みたいなもんだろ。何のために黒髪ロングにしたと思ってんだよ。俺は金がいいって言ったのに。
そうね。ごめん。忘れていたわ。
そうだ。さ、彩香。別にお返しとか言うつもりはないんだけど、一つ頼んでいい？お前、避妊にピル使ってるっつってたじゃん。
何よ、急に。
いや、それはいいことだし、大切なことだけど。まあ、それをやめることになって、あいつとの子供ができたらさ。それが女の子だったら、名前、いや、アリア。アリアって名前にしてくんね。
考えておくわ。
サンキュー。さすがにずうずうしい？
いいわよ。あなたがわがままなのなんて。 分かってて一緒にやろうって言い出したのは私だもの。分かっててあなたのこと大切な商品だと思ってるんだもの。
そっか。
何？疲れた？
ああ、うん。編曲って頭使うから疲れる。ちょっと眠いし。
じゃあベッドは？
ここでいい。
Foomp. Natural flower. Can do. What the fuck are these?
ちょっと寝る。でもテンション切らしたくないから30分くらいしたら起こせ。
Also, turns out I do need to take the screenshots because fucking screenshot gallery in this game is another where when you try to take a screenshot from the gallery, instead of the screenshot being of the CG, it'll be of the fucking gallery itself.
綾香？
ええ、仕方ないわね。ちょっとだけよ。そうだリオ、この曲ここから詰めにかけていくとしてタイトルはどうするとかはもう決めている？
タイトル？じゃあタイトルは君思う水辺のアリア。
So basically, he never fucking found out. Never fucking found out. She never found out about him. Let's mix some shit up. But she never actually found out then in the official route. You just kind of forgot Ichi then. That's what you're trying to say.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. Because I just hate myself for a random joke that came to mind. Namely, the grand ending theme is just gonna be Golden Mission again. Guess you could say that all those nights alone in her room, thinking of him, sure made it feel quite itchy down below.
Oh boy,
what weird fetishistic stuff does she want to... Actually, no, I feel like they're gonna turn it around. You're gonna think it's gonna be something sexual again, but it's actually just gonna be something weirdly wholesome or something.
あの子はもう完全にあれが癖になってるね。寮の中じゃ市松くんと一緒にいるだけで幸せいっぱいって顔のくせに。
ですよね。
いつまで隠すつもりなんでしょう。もう猟銃が知ってることなのに。 まあ、本人が言い出すまで黙っといてあげよう。二人とも言うほどバレてないとか思ってるから。
かわいいな、先輩たち。
Ayaka.
もう来ちゃった。
What is it? You asked me to come here before I go to school. Could I come by my room if you needed something? Aren't you cold? Want to head out now?
いいわ、ここで。学校の前に、これを渡したいだけだから。はい、これ。ハッピーバレンタイン。
Oh, thank you. Chocolate.
何よ。何か言ったらっていうか。微妙って顔してる？
No, not at all. I'm ecstatic, actually. I'm happy. But this is actually the 17th set of chocolates since this morning. It was all too likely I'd get even more from Sylvie and the rest once I went to school, too. This was obviously too much. Ayaka naturally made me happy. Ayaka's naturally made me happiest, but I couldn't possibly rank the rest. Additionally, if I had one, then I'd need to eat the rest. I'm gonna get fat and get several cavities.
いらないならいいわよ。
No, I'll happily accept it.
まったくもう。なら最初から素直にそう言いなさい。
Sorry. Neither of us is up front, though.
なんだ。
Of course, it was only natural I would graciously accept it. No, there's something different about this one from the other 17.
普通にチョコレートよ。
Sure, but the rest are all obligation chocolates. Ayaka told me before that she never gave out obligation chocolate. Once she'd gone to the effort to give it to me, it was her admission that it was romantic chocolate. Thank you, Ayaka. She was so shy. I had established myself as her boyfriend and was gradually bridging the gap between us, but she was still too embarrassed to tell me it was romantic chocolate to my face. God, she was so freaking cute. Despite our phenomenal physical chemistry and improving emotional growth, we would likely maintain this distance for a little while longer. That was enough for me. As long as we kept on searching for the perfect way to bring ourselves together as noble and common. Just remembered something. It's probably tactless of me to ask this, but are you sure? When I give that guy you said you wanted to... Yeah, what about that guy you said you wanted to give your romantic chocolate to before?
それ、本当に今聞きます？
Sorry. It's completely pointless now. I'd be a little jealous of that person Ayaka said she liked before. What's his name again?
自分でも変な感じ。イチ君よりオーロを選ぶだなんて。
You know, this entire inner conflict would be over.
金色ラブリッチェ、ゴ
Her
ールデン
achievement
タイ
is
ム。
called in the doghouse. Yeah, this entire inner struggle of hers would be over instantly if she used her big boy words. I thought there wasn't a pen. No, don't close the game. Open light to. Unless it only unlocks
金色
after.
ラブリッチェ、ゴールデンタイム。
CG を鑑賞いたしましょうか。
I got all the CGs, so possibly there isn't actually one. Actually, let me press start. It immediately sends me here. Let me press on her, go to like
次の曲は
next.
皆さん待望のマリア
Does it immediately send me back to the menu? Oh no, it sends me here. Right, I forgot. Poor social skills. I guess I've been lied
ゴー
to.
ルデンタイム。
Unless I'm really blind. I guess we had to end it after just 2 hours though. considering I started early for this.
Kiniroラブリッチェ、ゴールデンタイム。
Okay, apparently it's like fucking patch related then. Wait. I'm sure someone's gonna fucking correct me in the comments, so... Here's the thing, I can't record for... Well, probably won't be able to record for too long tomorrow. So might as well do 2 of the appends. No. No, let's do the appends in the order I actually did the routes. I'm gonna do L, Reina, Akane, Sylvia. Since I already did Ria's. That sounds like it makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna end this recording here. And go move on to the next one. Fucking split the parts again, motherfucker. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll be right fucking back. This video is probably already up. The next video is probably already up by the time this is uploaded, so that's gonna be fun. Bye.